Welcome to Out for the Count TV. We're joined by a man that needs no introduction, Roy Jones Jr. Roy, how are you feeling after that?
Doing well, feeling well. I enjoyed the night. I thought he did a great job tonight, so very happy with it, and we're gonna keep on moving.
How impressed were you, with his performance? You obviously see everything behind the scenes. How much more has James got to give on top of a brilliant performance like that?
He's got a few more things we got to work on. We constantly getting better. That's his first real fight in 2 years. So he's coming back, but he came up with a different attitude. He's trying the things that we work on in the gym now, unlike he did before. So now we have a whole new plan. Now that I see that he's truly committed, I can go ahead and go to work with him,
And how did the link up between you and James come about?
I had him 2 years ago. He didn't have the right attitude, so I put him out. And he left. He went to a few more places, had some differences with a lot of people. Then he came back this year in January and said, he's a changed man, and he wants to try it again. I said, well, if you're a changed man, you better come show me you're a changed man. He came there, and everything he showed was that he was not the same person that he was before. So with that, I'm the kind of person that I feel like if I want God to forgive me for my sins, I got to forgive people when they make mistakes. So I forgave him for his mistakes, gave him another shot, and tonight he showed that he's very appreciative of that shot and that he's willing to try to make the most of it.
He certainly did prove himself tonight. I was just mentioning the atmosphere in the arena when James was in the ring. You'd have thought he were a hometown fighter.
Yeah, you would have thought he was, but I like it because I love the fact that these fans love boxing. So.
And he's obviously been quite active in the last month or so. I think he fought 2 weeks ago, is it, in Costa Rica? What's the plan after this fight? Is it going to be a little break, or is it going to be straight on to the next?
No breaks. He got no time for no breaks. I told you I had him 2 years ago. He wasted a lot of time. You know what I mean? Now he's back. He don't have time to waste. So now he's on go. That was the first one. Now that I see that, I can go ahead and get him in the gym and get a few other things ironed out. Put him to work with what I want him working on for real. And we'll go from here.
And in terms of the event itself, obviously there's been a night of action. How long have you known Dennis Hobson?
I've been knowing Dennis since back when I fought Clinton Woods, which was about maybe 2000, 2001. So he was always a great guy, always cared for his fighter. That means most to me than anything. When a promoter or a manager cares for their fighter, that says it all to me. So I stayed cool with him after that because of how much he cared for Clinton Woods. He even cared so much for him that he was the one that threw the towel in and didn't let me really hurt Clinton, because once you get a guy beat, that's good enough. You don't need to get hurt. Once you win the contest, that's good enough. And that's all I was in boxing for. But if they make you, you got to do what you got to do. So he stopped it, and I was glad he did.
And you mentioned Clinton Woods. Do you tend to keep in touch with your old opponents at all?
No, I just keep up with Dennis more so than Clinton. I always talk to Dennis that way. Clinton wasn't always a big talker, so I talked to Dennis more than I talked to Clinton.
And aside from working with James, you work with Jamal Charlo. He's arguably one of the best middleweights in the world right now. How have you found working with Jamal, and when can we expect to see him back in the ring?
It was cool working with Jamal, but it was just temporary. He wanted to come do a 90-day cleanse. He came and did about 60 days with me, and that was good. So it wasn't long. It was just a short-term thing. We did that. We good. He's always welcome to come back and work if he wants, but it was fun working with him.
Yeah. And when it comes to you deciding to work with a fighter, what attributes are you looking for?
I just want fighters that are driven to be world champions and that are willing to learn. If you're not driven to be world champ or you're not willing to learn, I'm not going to waste my time. If you're driven to be world champ, I'll take you.
Man, and obviously since you started boxing to now, the landscape in the sport has changed drastically with the emergency of Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. What do you think of that, and how beneficial to the sport do you think it is?
I like it. I'm glad that they're coming into the sport because they helping bring new money to the sport. It's a beautiful thing. So I like it, and I'm so happy that they are in the sport now, and we're just gonna keep going up,
And on the subject of Saudi, we've got Fury versus Usyk coming up. It's touted to be a brilliant fight. Who have you got winning that fight?
I like both fighters. It's hard for me to predict one or other. I think Fury has the edge. I definitely think Fury has the edge going in, but Usyk is an awesome boxer. If he get a little bit more explosive, he can make it dangerous. But we'll see what happens, you know what I mean? I like both guys. I don't even like the fact that they're fighting because I like both of them so much. But it's boxing is what the fans deserve, so we got to make it happen.
And the Saudis they're providing fights that might not have happened without their sort of input. Another big change in the sport is obviously the emergence of YouTube boxing, and you know, more recently you've had Jake Paul and Mike Tyson announced. What are your thoughts on that matchup? And you know, how do you see it all going down?
Fun for YouTube, fun for the fans. The fans love to see fun. It's so much better than Mike Tyson fighting another active heavyweight that's truly active right now because he could get hurt. Fighting on YouTube, he's making up the same, making probably even more money, but less risk because Jake Paul can't hurt Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson can hurt Jake Paul, but Jake can't really hurt Mike.
And you obviously fought Mike Tyson a few years ago. How surprised were you with, you know, how well Mike performed after that long out of the ring?
Very surprised, which is why I'm telling you that I don't think Jake Paul can hurt him because it was hard for me to hit him, and I'm way faster at hitting somebody than Jake Paul. So I think it's awesome. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it all pans out. But yeah, thanks for your time, Roy. I really do appreciate it. Cheers, mate.